All right. Can everybody hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. What's going on,
Yep.
everybody?
Yeah.
What's happening?
We are doing an X Base tonight. The Earn It podcast. We're going to do it on here. Uh, Presented by Omni Elites, our new company that we formed, and what we're going to be doing in the future. And we're going to have a special guest on here with us. This is Nick KALYANI. He's here with us already right now. So
Hey, how's it going,
welcome, Nick.
everyone? Great to
What's
be here.
going on,
Thanks for
Nick?
having me.
Hey,
Good
Nick.
to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm excited to see what's going on with Vitruvio. I know you've been busy, as I was talking about backstage. So I've been on purposefully just kind of just letting things roll on its own and see, so that when we talked, it would be fresh, right? It wouldn't be scripted. And hey, man. Um, so I know we're gonna talk about other things, but glad to see you here, Nick. I know it's been a while since we last talked and seen each other.
Yeah, great to chat with you. There's a lot obviously going on, and all good things. We are progressing according to plan. So far, everything is going according to plan, and I'm grateful to the community for stepping up and supporting. We've got our booster sale launched a couple days ago, and we are on track with that. So we are currently we're at 442,900. So
Oh,
Oh,
across
that's
the
awesome.
board,
amazing. It's awesome.
yeah. So yeah,
Hey,
everything is going according to plan.
wanted to also thank you, Nick, because the boosters didn't go off without a hitch, but it didn't take very long, and you and your team were able to get the BSC side fixed in short order, and then we were off to the races, and and then we got ETH, that side got fixed, so kudos to you and the team.
Yeah, we got slammed by some bot attacks because we had this API endpoint to show the stats on the website, but
Mhm.
it got added at the last moment and it didn't have an API key, so it was basically hijacked by a bot army
Uh,
and caused us a lot of grief. So, but we got that
oh,
resolved.
well, thanks. Yeah, you guys
The
handled
moral
it.
of the story is, as usual, don't add stuff at the last moment.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You're right. You're right about that.
No, thanks again, though. I wanted to at least say that, and I know a lot of folks were thinking that, and things don't always go the way they should in crypto or in DeFi, especially, right? And you guys kept us informed, and got it fixed, and I just wanted to say thanks.
yeah, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, so Kryptoni, you were like, what's sort of the roundup, right? What's going on, kind of. So I can give you the bird's eye view, and then
Yeah,
if you have any
yeah. I
questions,
appreciate that. Absolutely.
yeah. So our major milestone for the month of October was to activate mainnet release candidate one of the Vitruvio blockchain. We were successful in doing that. One of my sort of non-negotiable things on there is we don't start our booster sales until we can deliver those boosters on our own mainnet. That's why it was very critical for us to launch mainnet before we could start our booster sale. And so things progressed in that order. And on the 30th, right on schedule, we activated the booster sale. But there were, as what I was saying, we had a couple of hiccups, but then we squared things away, and now things are moving along. And our goal, our stretch goal in within the next couple of months is to get to 5 million. So it's not all going to come from the community, obviously. So what we wanted to do was have the community support us in order to get us basically a runway, right, for operating
Hmm.
capital, and that gives us a launch pad to then go to small institutional investors, not large ones at this point, angel investors, and other crypto communities, and raise the rest of it. So that's basically the plan, which is in action right now.
Yeah, that's actually a good plan. Actually, you definitely showing, I think the angel investors or other communities that the Vitruvio community is, they're putting their money where their mouth is, and they believe in this thing. So, skin in the game, so to speak. We all know we've all got skin in the game, obviously, as investors. But as I've gone through the Vitruvio site and seen the booster launch, and as Odie mentioned, yeah, there was a hiccup, but nothing ever goes as planned. So plan for everything. That's just IT, as you know, Nick. It is just nature of the beast. But everything looks like it's going as planned. I'm happy to see, and I'm happy to see that. I see the runway being laid out right before us, and looking forward to to the um, the institutional investors to come out and play a major role in this as well. So, hat goes off to you, Nick. I know it's been a tough, it's definitely a climb, but you've continued to do it. So, much respect for you to that. So, congratulations.
Yeah, and you know, this is just the first step. So we've got a lot more to do this month, including building the Nexus DApp. So that's going to be the key that distinguishes really Vitruvio from many other chains, because essentially all holders will have this NFT that gives them their tokens on a vesting schedule. It gives them their perks, incentives. It gives them their revenue share capabilities. It gives them governance rights in the DAO. And yeah, so that's all of that development is ongoing right now. So it's basically nonstop. We finish one thing and we immediately got to start working on another. And not to forget, we also have all these apps to build for the artists, right? The creators. So we
Yeah,
are building the Vitru Studio, the Vitru Store, Vitru Stream. So there's a ton of development that we have to get done.
So regarding the apps, what would be pressing? Like, what are some of the things you want? Obviously, you love to see it all, happen yesterday, right? But if you had to prioritize some things, and based on capital and those types of things, what are the things that you just absolutely will not compromise? We need to have these things done to feel like we're actually making progress.
Well,
Considering where we're at now, because we have made progress, right? So
yeah.
good.
So there's three things that we absolutely need in order to essentially get things going the way we want them to. So one is the Nexus DApp that I talked about. It's critical. It'll be airdropped to everyone on December 1st. So that's a very mission critical DApp. But then moving then shifting gears from sort of investors and holders to uh, creators. So in that Nexus DApp, I also count validators. Just to be clear, there's an NFT component to that also, but it's in that same bucket, if you will, of a DApp that we have to deliver. But then shifting gears to creators, we need creators to be able to come and consign their artwork and assign licenses, and then we need a way for people to consume, essentially buy those assets. So those two dApps are Vitru Studio, which is where creators come and consign their artwork. That's the first one. And then Vitru Store, the best way to think of it is our version of Shopify. So we'll have our own sort of marketplace, but we want anyone to basically come there and say, create new marketplace. And you can create your own marketplace. And you can then make it selective. So maybe you're an expert on, I don't know, you love landscapes or something like that. So you can then create this store based on all the landscape artworks that are there. You can write about them, you can talk about them, you can mark it up and run your own store and make a profit. So our goal is that anyone and everyone who's an expert at some particular topic, some domain specific thing, can create a store just like Shopify and make money. And that's the way we get these artworks into hands of thousands and thousands of collectors versus a few that are there on Ethereum and Tezos right now.
Good. Well, it's looking pretty good. I'm glad to hear that you definitely have a plan lined out. And I mean, the things that you're wanting, as I would say, no compromise. It's going to be it's definitely going to be different. Definitely building an ecosystem, as you said before. So looking forward to this thing. Yep, it's going to be exciting. And you're saying that December 1st, was that the Dex app, right? Or was it December 1st? You
The
said
Nexus, yeah,
the Nexus.
airdrop is.
December 1st. Okay, cool. All
Yeah.
right. Well, it's looking good. It's looking good to me. So,
Yeah. So December 1st is also the first time that you will have Vitruvio tokens freely available in your wallet. The ones that have rebased or vested, freely available to transfer to anybody, etc. And then as quickly as possible, we'll get a listing on an exchange, and then you'll also be able to trade. So each thing, one step after the next, and progressively getting to the point where it becomes what everyone wants. Just take your tokens and do whatever you want to with them.
Yeah. At
That's
the end of the
getting
day,
really
that's
exciting.
what was that, Greek?
Really exciting. Finally, finally we're getting.
Oh yeah,
We're climbing up from the ladder. We're not at the top yet, but we're closer, and it's getting exciting. Thought a year ago that we'd be in this situation with this much adversity and having to do all this stuff. Great life lessons are here. It's you get knocked down, but it's how you get up and you persevere and you just keep pushing through. And this is a great thing. So many people think it helped out with it. A few months ago we thought it was all over. There was nothing left. We were all scammed out of money. And here we are, selling boosters, rising up from the ashes like a phoenix. So it's great to see.
And I can't wait to
It's
get
good to
my
see.
sneakers. Let me say,
Yes,
I got
yes,
11
yeah,
boosters.
Hello.
I'm looking forward to getting my sneakers, Nick.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. So the sneakers, we've essentially doubled the order. So it was supposed to be 250, but because of the delay in getting the Ethereum thing hosted, we essentially said, all right, we'll have two separate tracks of 250 each for each chain, and the first 250 booster buys in each chain get a free Genesis Vitruvio sneaker. Of course, we'll have a few extras for people who have supported us on this journey. So I'll not name names right now, but I'm pretty sure some of the people here who are in the speaker panel and in the listener panel are going to find some sneakers in their mailbox.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Well, to be clear, you'll know about it because I get your size from you. I don't want to send you the wrong size.
That's cool.
I know. So might be a
I'll
mystery,
definitely
man.
support them.
Nick, on that note, I heard this rumor that you finally got the opportunity to sit down with Gus Navarro today.
Oh yeah, I tweeted about it. Let me find the tweet here and pin it up. Yeah, that was fun. It was the first time meeting up with someone that I only met in the Vitruvio community online, and yeah, it was awesome. So let me pin that up right here. Put it on.
That's pretty cool.
Was Gus was he the one that was traveling across the country?
Yeah, he was traveling across the
That is
country,
so
and
cool.
yeah, so he got out that way and finally was able to meet up with Nick and have lunch with him. Did you? Where did you? What's the tweet that you do? Where'd you guys eat at?
Ike's. Ike's is a local Bay Area sandwich chain. They make excellent, like the best sandwiches I've ever had. I know someone's going to say, no, that's not the best. Here's one that's better. But I tell you, this is really, really good. And I invite all of you to come here. Yeah. And Gus's wife runs a custom print business. So he was wearing a Vitruvio shirt, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
That is awesome.
So, funny story. The first time I met Nick, he was like starstruck to meet the Greeks. So,
wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. I was there. I don't recall that happening, Greek.
I will recall it the way I want to recall it. Okay.
Okay.
But anyways, while people are coming in, this is an Omni Elites podcast where we decided that we would change it up this week, even though this is the second week and we can't find a format that we seem to do. But this is actually kind of cool, doing a live X Space, and we're using this as our podcast for this week. You can catch us on Apple, Spotify. We will be live on YouTube tomorrow on all our pages, YouTube pages, as well as the Omni Elites page. We are an affiliate marketing company. So we market. We have our own Discord where we share referral links. You can use that. You have a community of people, like-minded shoppers. We do advertising for some crypto companies that go through rigorous doxing with us. KALYANI is a friend of ours, so we have him on, the special guest on this podcast with us this week. Part of the Omni Elites team is Chris Cruz, myself, the Greek, Kryptonian, and our legend, Fowler, and Confident RM, as well as Odinato. I almost left Odie out. Poor Odie. Odie joined us last week, so he's only been a weekend. We are getting all our socials are up. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. If you're not following the Omni Elites page, obviously it's the host of the space. Go follow. We post daily, or at least we try to post different things. Like today, one of our posts is up here where we just talk different things. And try and give you insights into the world of business, finance, and all just things, regular life events. We talk all things. It's just a happy space where we try and be positive and show people what you could accomplish, in life with a positive mindset. And today's podcast is brought to you by A Solutions Mindset by NR Legends. So if you want a copy of the book, you can get it on Amazon. There is a link in our Discord, or you can reach out to any one of us and we will shoot you over that link. If you go into the page of our Omni Elites Twitter page, you can find our link tree and get into all our socials there as well. Sorry for talking too much.
No, nicely said.
Yeah, I thought that was a commercial plan. I was like, damn, that's well, didn't even
No, that was
breathe.
all off the top of my head. That's how I do
Brought
this stuff.
to you by.
Well, wait, if you
Good
order
job,
in the
man.
next 10
Well said.
seconds, we'll throw in a free edition.
Yeah, but wait.
Free edition of underwater basket weaving.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah.
So, to bring up an interesting topic, what do you guys think of the SEC today? Because I see that right here. It said the government arrests Safe Moon founders John Caroni. Ain't that crazy?
Crazy.
I'll say,
The
dude.
Greek haters are going to be like, another Greek project that he once covered went under. I publicly separated myself from Safe Moon a long time ago. I'm no longer an investor. And I saw this one coming. I'm surprised it took this long. I mean, CoffeeZilla's videos on it have proven it. I mean, he's got $1 million houses, cars. Yeah. Crazy. But
Well, my take on it is same thing as yours, Greek. Is it's a long time coming. I mean, it was very obvious what was going on, which led up to the CoffeeZilla video, obviously. But yeah, what is it? It's been 2 years, almost a year and a half, right? Since that, I guess it was last year, but a year and a half ago. It's a long time coming. But it's we'll see what happens in court. He's going to have his day in court, like every American will. So we'll see what happens. Let it play out in court. We'll see what happens.
So we definitely know how it's been with Sam Bankman-Fried. So I can't imagine how long it'll be with them going to trial and such.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would say Sam though is in a whole different realm though, right?
Yeah, a little bit more money.
Yeah, a little bit, but at the end of the day, this if everything that we believe has happened, talking about the fraud and spending the investor money and all that stuff and buying cars and mansions or whatever he did with it, I think it'll definitely be he'll be made an example of for anyone in crypto. It'll be another example made, which is it's needed. I just wish it wasn't needed. I wish we could self-regulate and keep it decentralized and such things. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I wish people do right and have morals and standards that they live by and try and, especially in this space, when you have a fiduciary responsibility to your investors, just to do right by man. I know you always say Kryptonian, do right and fear no man. Do right. It's not hard because karma will come for you.
Yeah. Karma will. Yeah.
It's like
I say do right and fear no man, because if you're doing right, you have nothing to fear. It's those that fear men. It's because there's not all times, but in most cases, I'm talking about when you're dealing with people, whether it be in a business or a professional relationship. If you're doing something wrong, you need to fear. You better be scared because you're going to be found out. But do right and fear no man. It's just is probably the biggest principle that I stand on. That's the one thing that I bring to the table every time. I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm not going to be afraid to do the right thing. Care what anybody says, what anybody thinks. At the end of the day, I'm going to do right. At least, and to the best of my ability. But
Yeah, we were thinking of a name for the podcast. We thought Chris Cruz came up with Earn It. And like this fits. Like when you earn something in life, you go out and you get it, you earn it, you make it yours. It is much more gratifying than like cheating your way, stealing your way, not doing the right thing. Earning it in life feels amazing. And it should be what we all strive for in life, is to go out and earn it. Stop making excuses, be a champion, not a victim. And when you earn it yourself and you go out there and get it, don't say I can't do anything, because everything's achievable and attainable. If Nick Kalyani had just said I can't do this and just let the blockchain go down, many people would have been in the dumps. But he did. He went out there and said, I'm going to make it. He's going to be a champion of the blockchain. And that's exactly what he's doing. That's how I try and live my life, is just go out there and earn it.
Yep.
Just
yeah, I see him moving in that same do right and for no man methodology as well. Like there's been onslaught on an onslaught of attacks, and just he's not doing the right thing. He's not doing it right. I mean, questioning everything he does, but he just ignores it. It rolls off his shoulders, and he just boom, we got booster cells going off. He just talked about December 1st with the Nexus and everything. So there's tell people what you intend to do, but first show them, and then that's what he's showing now. So the best revenge is to do well, is to live well. So so it's all about making things happen. So I like the earn it as well. I love that. Earn it. Period. At the end of the day, it's where it's at.
There's
Yeah,
no other way
I
to
like
do
it
it
also
but that.
because it's not just about earning money, right? Earning is also about earning a reputation, and based on what you do. And so I love that idea. So yeah, good choice.
Absolutely, absolutely. All about the reputation.
Respect is
All
earned.
about the rep.
It's not given,
Well,
it's earned. Yeah.
when I was thinking about this podcast, and that's one of the things that came up to my mind, is that with if you just look back over the last year and what we've all been through, we all had different roles, we all did different things, and I felt like if we're gonna bring the goal was that we wanted to bring like-minded people together to basically do what we've been doing, but try to do it in a way that we could help the community, we could make a little bit of money, and we could do better. And I really felt like with the community that we're in, what we had been through, we were going to have to earn it. We were going to have to earn it. This isn't something like we're just going to be starting off and nobody knows us. There's people out there that know us. Some of them love us, and some of us do not do not like us at all. In either way, whatever we were going to do, we were going to have to earn it. And it also played into personal life and stuff like that. As old as I am, it always feels like every accomplishment that I ever had, I had to really, really earn it. And anything that was ever given to me, or anything that was ever just, it was easy, it just didn't feel like I earned it. And the things that I earned, whether they were big or small, they were huge to me. And that was my thought process behind if we were going to have a podcast, we're all going to sit around and talk. And we'll get to the flat earth stuff. I know we will eventually, but someone's going to have to earn it for me to believe the earth is flat. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no, we're not going there, man. As an athlete, that's all I can really go with. So sorry, but as an athlete, especially as a kid starting out in baseball and other things, you don't get to the world championships or whatever unless you earn it. You got to get there, and that's I've taken those kinds of things throughout my life, and still as an athlete, you risk it, you don't, without big risk you don't get big rewards, right? And you also have to do right, like Greek said, you do right by other people, and I don't know, it just feels good. Cheesy as that sounds, it feels really good to do right by others. And when you put it out there, like when I go out on the course, if I don't take big risks, there's no way I can get the big reward. So I don't know. This may be coming off as just jumble, but that's where my brain's at.
Hey, Odie, you earned those second-degree burns in Dubai
Yes, I
on your
did.
palms.
I absolutely did.
You earned. For those of you who don't know, he thought it was a good idea to do a handstand on pavement that's 125 degrees.
No, actually, hey, bro, the pavement was only 92 degrees. It just retained, yeah. I've done handstands, for those that don't know, in Phoenix when it was 105 outside. Never had a problem. But for some reason, the heat in Dubai, yeah, it don't like me. So, but hey, the next day, with second-degree burns, still doing handstands everywhere I go. So.
Yeah, and I was filming them, so it was great.
Yeah, you did great too. Thank you very much. Without big risk, right?
So we got, I know that we got a couple of speakers that are up here. Is Fowler, are you available? We haven't heard anything from you, buddy. What's been going on with you?
What's going on? I'm here. No, man, I'm just listening to you guys. Drop all this wisdom. I'm always the one who tries to absorb things, but I'm definitely, as far as Vitruvio is concerned, I can't wait. I want to be, in front of something. And this is going to be my first shot, and it plays to my my strengths. What I'm doing now, guys, the game, and as far as safe moon stuff, I don't really have too much to say about that other than I think the space is ready for. They're ready for tangibles. They're ready for actual developments. I think this coming market is ready for show me no more dreams. I think investors and people coming to space. I don't think they're going to be looking for the pipe dreams anymore. I think people are ready. Like, look, I've been in DeFi. DeFi's been out for a while. It's time for people to show me some tangible stuff that works, stuff that actually generates revenue in the space. And I just feel like it'll be great to be, and especially in my case, to be with something starting off fresh with something that has a great opportunity for a market of creators that honestly haven't been served properly, especially if according to where you're located. Uh, a lot of creators, man, are in places that they can't make what I would perceive as the American dream. Like being able to make crazy amount of money. Some of these places, man, what I would call expensive is like way out of somebody's price range across the sea. And what I think is not enough, is honestly wealth in some different places. So I think it's going to be great to be a part of something that's truly built for those people. And I can't wait.
Yeah, I think there's a growing need for tangibles. I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think that people are getting to that point where they're just like the next token, the next, people are looking for more, more in this space and all that. What you got here, Greek? What'd you send over? Oh, we have a comment now. I didn't get to see that. Oh, I guess I don't see a comment. Was there a comment down there, or was it a post? I don't know.
It's a hidden comment. It's nothing much.
Oh, okay. All right. I sent off. I was going to check to see if NR was able to speak about anything and give us.
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Okay. Here. I didn't want to call. I know that you were you had to deal with a few things there, and I didn't want to call on you and you'd be like.
No, I had my little one had a bunch of activities, and she didn't want to go to sleep. Plus, the Halloween candy wasn't helping. So.
Oh man, I'm telling you. And you know what I noticed today? And I was thinking, this is the start of it, man. This is the start of it. every single year.
Yeah.
You get the Halloween candy, and then you roll into Thanksgiving. I mean, you literally you
Yeah,
walk
man.
Thanksgiving and you roll out of Thanksgiving, and then you got all of December, nothing but all these cookies that people are making and bringing to the office.
Yeah.
And then by January, you're like, look, you got to lose some weight, man.
I need to diet for my New Year's resolution, right?
Yeah, crazy how it is. But
Yeah.
Halloween starts it, man. I noticed it. We have candy all
Yeah.
around the house today for some. I'm like, good Lord, what are you people doing?
Yeah. Yeah. And to follow up with what Fowler was saying, I totally agree with Fowler. I think the pipe dreams of crypto. I mean, are there going to be some coins that you're going to get 100x and stuff? Sure. I mean, that's always going to happen. But I think people and seeing stuff like what happened with SafeMoon, um, that's what needs to happen in order for mainstream to really take crypto seriously. Because I know, and I'm sure you guys see it as well. When you start talking about crypto and DeFi and blockchain, people, oh, it's a scam, because that's all the mainstream media talks about.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or Bitcoin. That's really all you hear is oh, scam, 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 FTX, and Bitcoin. So the fact that these guys are getting brought up on charges, and I mean, it's what needs to happen. Like Kryptonian always says, unfortunately, we can't self-regulate. I think we can, we just haven't. Um, and to switch gears a little bit for what Fowler was saying as well, I'm really looking forward to Vitruvio. I've never considered myself a fan of art or anything like that, but back in 2010, I believe, I got a really high end copy quality of a Klimt. I think it's called Death and Life, and it's an awesome painting. If you don't know what it is, go look it up online. It's a beautiful painting by Gustav Klimt, and it's one of my favorites. And ever since then, I've just always, art has always caught my eye, and I've slowly but surely just acquired little pieces that have just caught my eye. So it's kind of cool being a part of what Nick's doing, since that's been that little part of that little piece of my life that's brought me some happiness and joy. And I'm not an artist by any means. I can't draw stick figures. I'm more mechanical, but I do appreciate it, and definitely looking forward to what Nick's doing, building this whole ecosystem. It's very exciting, and I can't wait to get my 7 NFTs to get my revenue share. So I'm gonna grab 7 boosters. I'm actually waiting for this house to close on Monday. Hopefully they're still out there, and I'm gonna make that happen.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. It's awesome you brought up the topic of people outside crypto and how they look upon us negatively, right? That's one of the actually uh, fundamental value propositions for Vitruvio.
Mm-hmm.
It's about trust. So
Yep.
about building trust for creators, for collectors, for organizations, etc. Because the narrative is pretty simple. Decentralized Web3 is supposed to be all about trustlessness, right? I mean, that's the whole foundation of Web3. But what we have ended up with is, instead of trustlessness, we've ended up with less trust. We've
That's
got
so true.
scammers, we've got
Yep.
fraudulent artworks, all those kinds of things, and we are building in through the tech the mechanisms to make sure that humans can be trusted, and the digital work they do can also be trusted. And I think that is what is going to enable the traditional artists and the art organizations like galleries, museums, foundation, etc., that are sitting on the sidelines with a very skeptical eye right now. That's going to allow them to start dipping their toes into it. I don't imagine, and I'm not naive enough to think that everyone's just going to be like, "Oh, cool, there's a new blockchain. All my doubts are gone. I'll hop in." But through a process where we are going to have these Vitru hubs in major cities where people can actually walk in, they can see what we are doing, they can talk to people, they can attend a workshop, very much like Apple Store, right? That's the vision. We're gonna allow ordinary people, like everybody, to get introduced to art, and for art organizations to see that there's real people, there's real stuff behind it. It's not just vapor, and that's how you gradually build trust. It's just like in real life, right? It's not an on-off switch of trust.
Mhm.
You have to work for it and build it over time, and that's what we're going to do. And that's how we are going to change two things. One is the media narrative around this online art is just JPEGs. We're going to dispel that notion, and also we're going to help people build more credibility and look at the 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 work we are doing in Web3 with more trust. Fundamentally, though, if you think about it, like how many people, when they talk about, let's say, Amazon or Google or anything like that, care about what database or what technologies they run on? They don't, right? And that's what we're going to do with Vitruvio. We're going to eliminate the need for anyone to use jargon, to think about the technology, etc. It's very simple. Web 2 is about centralized command and control. Web 3 is about owning your content and owning your experience. So we create a user experience where that is what's front and center. People can own their future. They can control what happens, and we don't let the UX get in the way. We do that on a foundation of trust, and I think we can solve these problems. So that's what we're about to do.
Well said, Nick. Well said. And honestly, to add to that as well, having you at the head of this thing, at the helm, I think brings credibility as well. So we definitely appreciate you being at the forefront of this thing, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Nick has a track record that goes back a very, very long time. You can look it up.
Man.
You can look it up. It's not he's coming in and going, "Hey, I'm the greatest thing since baked bread, and I'm all this and I'm all that," and getting everybody hyped up. And Nick doesn't do hype. Nick's a straightforward business guy.
Odie, I come back to before Nick even got into, before Vitruvio was even a thing.
yeah.
I remember you talking about being in Dubai,
Yep.
and your friend
Yeah.
said, "Hey, that's Nick KALYANI," and was talking about how he was known in the Microsoft space,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And I come back to that,
Yeah.
that reputation that Nick has, and it speaks volumes.
Yeah, Bobby,
So,
I think Bobby
yeah.
said it. He had been
Yep.
following Nick for at least a decade at that point. And
Right.
then him being in
Right.
IT as well as for his career, that just carries, like we're talking about that conversation, just carried massive weight with him. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Just like when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. That was my moment. I was like, okay, I got to check this Nick guy out. He must be for real.
Yeah, when you shared that with me, it solidified it for me as well, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say one thing in this world, what I've learned is that when something's hype, you don't have to overly exaggerate, overly talk it up yourself. The product does the talking, and that's one thing I like. And one of the negatives I've seen in crypto in general is everybody just wants to like hype instead of letting the product do the talking. So I think it's great. Nick just lets the product speak for itself, and it's a great thing in the space. Um, yeah, let the product do the talking. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah,
Not
ultimately, if
well
you've
said.
got a decent product, your customers become your evangelists, right? Like every good product of, the customers like to talk about it, and we get there. So in our case, it's creators. So we give the first 2,500 creators that we want to bring on board in December a fantastic user experience. We show them how we have solved the problems that exist in the space right now, and they're going to become our evangelists. And then they bring on a few, and those folks become our evangelists, and that's how things spread. At the end of the day, when you have a decent product and you give your customers a great experience, then you don't have to worry about hype and all that, because hype is when you don't have substance, right? When you have substance, let your customers do the talking for you. They are your best advocates, and that's where we want to get to. Let the customers do the talking for us.
Yeah, there's nothing like word of mouth advertisement. You can spend as much money as you want on print or digital advertising. There is nothing that beats word of mouth advertising. 110%. Well said, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. And then any marketing dollars we spend then are about education, not about trying to sell. It's about helping customers
Right.
find the right product and what they should be doing with it, etc. And exposing them to new ideas, etc. So that's kind of where I think we'll be going.
Yeah. And I love the fact that it's going to be utilizing blockchain technology, but people aren't really going to know that. That's going to be kind of in the background. And like you said, there's not going to be all the jargon and stuff like that. They're going to be using it, but not really know that they're using it. Like you said, nobody really cares about what technology Amazon's using or Google. It's hey, let's use this. It works. It's improving my life. It's making my life easier. So I use it. And I think that's exactly what Vitruvio is going to do for the art world.
Yeah, and right now,
Yeah.
in the NFT art space, there is such an emphasis on ownership. You need to mint an artwork and you own it, but then it goes into your account, and then what? Actually, nothing.
Right.
Nothing. So our approach is a little different. Instead of emphasizing so much on ownership, and let's be honest about it, right? Like we've had art for years, and it's not like you can immediately convert someone to becoming an art collector. It might be an art appreciator. They're happy to have a painting on their wall or something like that. But it's a stretch to say that we're going to convert people into art collectors, and that's what the current system is based on. It's designed to fail. There's no way it can succeed. So our approach is a little different. What we want to do is really think about the fact that more and more people are recognizing that digital frames are an interesting add-on to their walls. And so we're going to partner with some of the frame manufacturers. There's quite a few coming up now, and really focus on VitruStream, where artists get paid just like but with a fairer model, like Spotify, etc., for streaming. Their artwork gets streamed, and they get paid when your artwork shows up in someone's living room, and that's it. It's as simple as that. So we don't have the onus of trying to move someone's mindset and say, thou shalt become an art collector. Well, we're not going to do that. So that's too high of a bar. But to hang up, buy a frame for a couple of $100, hang it on there and subscribe, pay a few bucks a month to subscribe. There's 25 million Apple TV owners right now that are fair game for that. We have an Apple TV app, stream art, and your TV becomes a beautiful art canvas.
Sure. The other side of that too, Nick, is people nowadays they're fickle, right? So they don't want to spend a ton of money on one thing that's going to just sit there on their wall at this point. I really love that idea because maybe I'm in this mood, so I want to have this and look at this in my living room or my dining room or wherever in my house. So, but tomorrow or in a week, I'm in a different mood. I want something else up there. So I love the fact that you're going to be able to stream and put different pieces of artwork up there, and the artists are going to get compensated for it, very much like a musician on Spotify. I think that's a brilliant idea.
I love it.
Yeah, and make it also temporal, so that in the morning you have artworks that are related to daylight, etc., and at night you have artworks related to nighttime. So yeah, you can choose your mood. You can choose all kinds of things like that, and have very granular selections of art. And for example, you might feel like, well, I don't know, today is I don't know, Independence Day or something. So you feel like seeing patriotic artworks. Well, bring them on, that way.
Sure.
It's pretty cool.
I'm really looking forward to this. Like I may just go buy a huge display just for this.
And our wood, he's gonna buy an 82-inch TV just for his art.
I've got an 85 already.
Well, then go for a hundo, man. Just don't go.
Why not
go for a hundo?
Go 100 inch.
Right.
One too while you're at it.
I actually got the 85 for free. Like I didn't even pay for it. My tire manufacturer, the supplier that I get tires from, like I get points for ordering certain tires, and I built up enough points to get a free.
I gotta pay. That's what that is, huh?
Yeah, I'm into the projection TVs now. I'm into projecting it from the ceiling and on.
That's my next step, Chris. So I'm gonna have to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I'm big into that because I got a whole plan for the back of my house that I want a projector inside that in the summertime got a place to hang out and it projects outside onto a brick wall above the fireplace out there. But that's just my thing. But Nick, I wanted to go back to what you were saying, is that talking about the feel that you have, that bringing customers to the right products and having the right products for the customers and everything. That's a kind of what that's your goal, and the way that you portray that is very similar to what our goal and what we want to do with Omni Elites. Is that we want to get a decent amount of good quality products that we can get people to notice and get it in their wheelhouse, so that they can actually make the decision, an informed decision, on whether they would want to purchase it or not. And then we also want to get with the community and bring in ideas and things like that that would be something that would be good. It creates value for them in their life, and hopefully we can get it at a discount for them, and hopefully we can give back to the community. And most of our focus is going to be outside of crypto, so I think that we have a nice we have mutual goals when it comes to that. I mean, the blockchain and how you're going to take it, it's going to be crypto and come outside with the art and like you were saying about the Vitru hubs and things like that. Those are we have similar ideas and similar thoughts as to how we want to see Omni Elites go into the future. And I think it's a great thing. I think it's great that to have you on here as our official first guest that we've ever had. And I think we'll have guests in the future and stuff like that here and there, depending on what kind of interest there is for people to come on. But I think it's very fitting for the things that you want to do with Vitruvio and the things that we want to do with Omni Elites. And, I think that I just wanted to make sure I emphasize that and let everybody know that we kind of got a kindred spirit there, because we want to do right by our communities, and we want to build value.
Right. We also want to share things that have been working for us, right? Things that we've personally tested, things that we like, things that are helping us in our daily lives as well, and share them. And hopefully, like you said, provide a discount and bring them to our community. So yeah, great point, Chris.
Yeah. If there's going to be anything, honestly, to tell you the truth, anything that I've run across, and whether this is what I envision, and the guys, we go back and forth about different ideas and things like that. But I think what's going to happen is, I think that there will be products and services that we have vetted ourselves, that either we have used or done or participated in, that we will bring it to the community and let them decide. And we'll have affiliate links and e-commerce, and those will be more secondary. Those will be like, hey, let's try to let's if we can get an affiliate link to some type of service, that they'll give us a discount, and we can pass that on to our community, and we'll earn a little bit of money off of it. But I don't think that there's much left on affiliate links or anything like that in e-commerce. But and the e-commerce part, to me, is more that I really want to spotlight mom and pop type things when it comes to e-commerce, whether, and a lot of people in the art community, I see they make art, but they also make, like, craft things like that. I want to get their names out there, get their word out there, so that people can see, hey, that we have a friend that they make soap, and they make the soap exactly with whatever flavors and things that you want in it, just like you would order a
Like
burrito.
customized, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, whatever fragrance and things that you want in there. And I mean, it takes longer and everything like that, but and they have it readily available, but only a few people know about it. And my thing is that, wouldn't it be great if we could spotlight these people, get it out to a bunch of different people in the community, and maybe just one person out there is like, man, I wish I could find a soap company that would make it the way I want it. Well, there you go. And those are things I want to create value for people. people in general, especially with the community and the things that the community's gone through and all the craziness that's happened. It would be great to give back to the community in some type of way. I don't think it crypto wise. I don't think. I think we have a lot of knowledge and we could do crypto, but I don't think that. I just feel like there are smarter people out there that can handle the crypto part. We'll leave that up to Nick Kalyani and his guys. So, but bottom line is that the way I feel about it, I want to bring value, and I want to put a spotlight on people that maybe they're having a tough time of getting their name out there, and maybe we can build a following enough that we can bring them in and help them out. But
so Chris, I just wanted to chime in and say three points. First of all, I just I'm very appreciative and thank you for having me on here. It is, I'm very honored. So thank you very much for that. The second point is, before we started this space, I only had a vague idea of what Omni Elise was about, but now I have a better idea, and I really like it. I like what you just talked about. I think it's going to be a useful offering for people, and as you said, maybe it'll lead to the discovery of some lesser known products and services, etc. And the third thing around the tech part of it, you probably I've only sort of superficially mentioned that we are launching a product called Poet on November 15th. Poet is proof of engagement token. It's actually very easy to use, and it's designed where when people attend some event or something like that, you give them a token. So maybe people attend your space, just like this, and everyone who attends, you press a button and boom, they get this token dropped. What is the use of that? Well, two things. One, it proves that they attended it, and you could gamify it a little bit. You can say, okay, you've attended 5 spaces or so, and so you get a badge or you get some perk or something like that, right? That's one thing, gamification. The other thing is called token gating. Token gating is very straightforward. You go to a website, you hit connect on your wallet, and we support a custodial wallet, by the way. So an email address is all people need. They don't need to know anything about crypto. So you hit connect, and
that makes it easy.
And it checks if you have a certain token, and based on that, you can release certain perks to them. So you could go to a website and maybe it unlocks a discount because you have this token in your wallet, or you can see premium content, things like that. So that I think will be a very useful way, and I'd invite you to sort of essentially test that out with us and help us refine that product. So yeah, proof of engagement token, Poet.
Yeah,
that is cool.
That's my goal with that. That if I am open to speaking with anybody and trying anything out as long as it brings value to the people that were around. I don't want any of that goofy stuff out there. And I think that the Poet is such a I thought about it and everything like that when you were talking about it. I guess maybe one of the downloads we were talking about, and I thought about that and I said, man, that I could see that adding value, just incidental value to people's lives just by being there, and that's where because it might sound simple, but when say like when I go to the grocery store, I know that they do it for marketing and everything like that, but I get my points and everything like that. And then I take those points and I go over and like once a week, I'll go get some gas at the gas station. And I'll use some of my points. And I don't know the math. It seems like I'm getting a deal, but man, I just feel really good.
I do the same thing, Chris. I ain't gonna lie.
and yeah, I'll look at it and I'll look at the receipt and I'll be like, you know what? That is exactly that's that feeling I get. Okay, they added value. So that's my point, and that's what my goal would be, is that I want to add value to people's lives by also making money. I don't want I don't want it to be like, well, we can't do it anymore because we're all dirt poor and we live in a box. But people got to make income, but you do it in a good way where you can add value. And I think that Poet is one of those things that to go through it and to set it up and everything like that, it can easily add to people's lives. So, but I did bring up Eris. He requested to be a speaker. I brought him up. I don't think we're going to take many speakers. We're probably going to be just a few more minutes. But Eris, I saw you down there. You got time to speak now?
Yes, I do. Thank you. And hi, how's everyone? Question.
What's up, Eric?
Besides, hey, what's going on? And yeah, each other, we can get in touch.
Yeah, man. You were calling me. You were calling me. I think yesterday, the day before, and I was sitting down to dinner. Yeah.
We get in touch. Right. So Nick, I have a question. Besides sneakers, what are the things that you're gonna be working with artists like? Because I seen like down here in Florida, the Bored Ape has so many like in the mall, like I see clothing and sweaters and hats and pants. Would that be part of the arts that can be worked at in that industry?
Yeah, I mean, getting art on physical devices, digital as we call them, is very much within our bailiwick. But look, it's important to recognize that we are the protocol, right? What we have to do is create the foundational systems and the processes that other people can use. So we don't want to be doing everything. What we need is other companies, other organizations, other entrepreneurs, etc., to come and build on our blockchain. This is one of the biggest problems every protocol has. If you look at the history of most protocols, whatever it is, when they get started, right, they do basically a call to developers to come and build interesting things. The thing is, then you get all kinds of different ideas, and maybe one or two will take off. What we are doing is essentially moving, to use a technical term, moving up the stack a little bit. When I talk about the stack, I talk about the application stack. So now instead of just saying, come and build something, we are saying, look, the domain is constrained. It's creators, it's artworks. What ideas do you have where we have this huge repository of artwork from artists from all over the world? What do you want to do with it? Think about all the ideas, and whatever ideas you have, if it's a viable idea, if it looks like it has teeth, guess what? We'll give you a grant and help you get it off the ground and get started. And that's how we are going to get sort of this almost new economy going and this ecosystem built. But it also doesn't have to rely on new ideas. There's lots of existing businesses that do print on demand, etc. And I'm not talking about the commonplace like t-shirts and hats and all that. I'm talking about high fashion, etc. There's, for example, go look at Contrado. They do high-end, dresses and things like that. So we want to enable those kind uh, of businesses in our ecosystem. One of my goals, and we need to talk about it, is getting your car wrapped when you order it at the dealer with an artwork of your choice. I imagine the future with not drab, boring, solid color cars, but cars that like maybe you got a loud personality, maybe you have a loud artwork on your car, or so things like that are definitely possible in the future, and we want to do it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think there's
Thank
so.
you, Nick.
I think when we're talking about things and the way that I've come out from the community over this long stretch here is that this community, there are so many loyal people in this community, and they have gone through so much that it's like I wanted to. We talked about when we were doing Omni Elites, we're just going to go out and we're going to do. We're just going to start doing it on our own. Not like we were going to turn our backs on the community, but we were going to. We were going in a different direction than crypto, and we thought that they were pretty much into crypto. And the guys were like, no, let's involve this community, because if we truly are wanting to do right, do right by everybody, then who better than the people in this community that have been through so much? So that, I mean, that's, and I see a lot of the things that you talk about and the goals that you want, Nick, for Vitruvio. And I see that, I think we mirror that. I think that we actually could have a good relationship. Our focus will be more outside of crypto, but I think that that a lot of the things that you're talking about doing, I can see that there are artists out there that that are going to be coming in. I'm a big person in woodworking, and I turn, you know, wood all the time and use resins and things like that. And I know a whole group of people out there that struggle to get their names out there and get the word out there. And I think that, you know, I don't see how that can be integrated with Vitruvio and everything like that. But
I can
they're
tell you
artists
because
too.
that question came up the other day, and here is a greenfield opportunity. No one's doing it. So there are thousands of people out there that do custom DIY projects, whether it's, you know, you design a little table or a chair or something like that. Right now, the plans for it, right? If you create that, you can go list it on Etsy or something like that, and someone can buy it, then they can copy it and sell it themselves, right? They have no protections. But imagine, if you would, where you would list that plan as an asset on Vitruvio and allow people to license it and buy it as an NFT. And all of a sudden now we've got a mechanism by which all these custom craft folks, etc., can actually monetize the plan of how to do whatever it is that they are custom loving to build.
Yeah, yeah, and I think, and you know, there's another thing as you were speaking about that's pretty fantastic. I love that. I have, I know me, and I have a whole community of people I'm friends with. I have probably 1,000 CNC files that I run through my CNC machine that I've personally created on my own for different designs and things like that. And I could see that being something that, you know, me personally and
Sure.
quite a few of my friends would want to put that out there and put it on and do exactly the same way. It's not art, but it is art if you know how to use a CNC machine and things like that.
It's the source for art. So Chris, let's walk through the scenario, all right? So the first thing you do is you upload, essentially consign all those CNC files into our asset registry,
Mhm.
and you bulk upload them, and you can give some the metadata with them, etc. You know, who created them, when they were created, what's the purpose, what machines they're supposed to work with, whatever it might be. You know, all of that kind of stuff. And then
Right.
you create a license for you can bulk create, and you can say, okay, well, you can essentially license this for whatever dollar amount you want to put on it, right? You're done. Next, you go into Vitru store and say create store, and you call it, you know, Chris's CNC store or something like that, and you tell it, well, what assets do you want to show on here? So remember, I in the first step you put in metadata, right, about who created, etc. So just put in those keywords, or actually more appropriately, we call them facets, because it's not just loose keywords. You can say, for this field the value should be XYZ, for this field the value should be ABC, and so on. So you do that, and it will return your result set of those things, and
Nice.
you publish, and you're done. Now you have a web page with all your CNC things on sale, and it will go into our sort of store gallery. It'll be discoverable. It'll go into Google. It'll be discoverable, and people who Google CNC plan are gonna find Chris's CNC store and buy.
I see
Yeah.
that for 3D printing as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, 3D printing, and also,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, because, and the I mean, there are, because what a lot of times ends up happening is we'll get SVGs, and it'll be a combination of multiple ones, and then you'll map them out, and then there's a lot of data that you're putting into some of these programs, and then you'll run a test cut basically of it, and then you'll make changes and all that. But by the time you're done, you got hours and hours
Mhm.
into these templates, and you know, you save them, and we have a whole network of people that, you know, that like subreddits where they just share their templates with other people. And if you could put that into some type of what you're talking about, Nick, and then you can actually those people can be monetized for their hours and hours of work. Would be I'm sure that you'd have a lot of people that would be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, not only is it monetization, but they're actually retaining ownership of what they put those hours into.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And
You know?
and the actual assets are digitally cryptographically signed, so you can prove ownership of them, and someone can just steal it and put it out there because it's easy to verify that it was stolen. So that is good. So the systems exist right now to do these kinds of things. What we are talking about is removing all the middleman out of there, right? So you set your price, and you are able to do this in a very decentralized manner, and that's the benefit of it. And by using this sort of Shopify-like system, the thing is, when it comes to marketing, other people can also create a store just like Chris's CNC thing, mark it up a little bit, and sell it. So you can have other people be your sales folks for you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great news. I like that a lot. Because like I said, I mean, and I think other things would be a little bit more difficult because someone will come to me and just recently, a couple weeks ago, someone came to me and they cut down one of their trees in their yard, and it was planted, years ago. But they took a portion of the wood and they asked me to make an urn out of it for, I guess, the grandfather had passed or whatever. But you make an urn out of it, and it's from the wood, so it's like what kind of design do you want? And they're like, just do what you normally do. So those plans are, the design is created while you're making it. So I don't.
Yeah, but you could just do a custom, and then once you're done, then you could say, "Hey, this was something that I created," and at that point, you have the plan once you're done. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, it could be, but I mean I know tons of people that are out there
Yeah.
that I could see that being something that this is really going to pique their interest.
Yeah. And as you guys are sitting here talking, I mean, my mind's going all over the place. I'm thinking about photographers being able to, monetize their still photos and sell them to advertising agencies for print and just all kinds of stuff. I mean, my mind's going a thousand miles a minute.
Well, if you peruse any of the people that are in the X space down below,
Hmm. Yep.
their
Yeah,
profile.
I've taken a lot. I've actually checked out a lot of some of the artists that are in Nick's art packs and some of the art that Nick has purchased. And like I said, I've become a little bit of an aficionado back in 2010. Not a collector, but I definitely I see things that catch my eye, and it brings me joy.
Well, it's
I
difficult
appreciate it.
when we do an X space and Nick is on and everything, and he has quite a following in the art community.
Yeah.
It kind of gets a little difficult for me to host it because I'm in the middle of checking out profiles.
Right.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
And I think it's wonderful what Nick's done for the art space. I mean, and I think it's wonderful where this whole thing's going, and just when you look at it and see how vast it can really be and everything that it encompasses, it's pretty darn exciting. It really is.
all right, guys. Well, we've been going a little over an hour.
Sheesh.
That I think we should probably start wrapping it up here. Does anybody have any final words or any questions for Nick while we're saying our goodbyes?
I guess I could say, I'm similar to NR. Except I don't own even one piece of art. At least he's got a piece of art. I don't own any. The only art, I guess you could say, I've ever owned and appreciated is, my kids growing up and now my grandkids. But I'm excited about this space and what Nick is doing with the blockchain with Vitruvio. And I'm excited to learn and, find out more about what I don't know about. I love to learn about new stuff. And here we are talking about, having art on a television in different rooms, for different moods, for the love of everything. I mean, I never even thought about that before. And
Who would have thought,
boom,
right?
my
Yeah.
brain just boom.
Yeah.
So this is exciting for me. I love learning about new stuff that I don't know anything about. And so this is going to be a fun journey. Absolutely.
Well, Odie, if we're not growing, if we're not learning, we're dying, right? We're heading the opposite way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
100%
yeah, man.
correct. Always learn, always thrive, always prosper, and always move forward.
You got it, brother.
I love the digital art things because my favorite painting is the Starry Night, but sometimes you want something different. You want different things on your wall, and it's nice. I like that streaming art. That's really cool because you can do so many things. Like, how many times do you host an event at your house and you're like, oh, if I had that piece,
Yeah. Yeah.
Be like Gordon Gecko.
Kryptonian, you're gonna have to hang a bunch more TVs there, brother, in that new house of yours.
It's funny. I didn't know that you liked some Van Gogh there, Greek. I love Van Gogh. That's my favorite artist. And,
there you go.
The Starry Night. I actually bought that new. Is it the LG frame? It looks like it's a TV you hang super flat. You hang in it's mainly for galleries, right? It's got this gallery feature. And I actually have the Starry Night as my default painting or picture that goes. It looks like a painting. I love that. So I can't wait to put some Vitruvio art on there.
That's my dude.
Actually, Nick inspired me because in his office, behind him, he's got the gallery behind him. So that's what gave me the idea. So cool. Yeah. But I knew why I liked you, Greek, because we like the same art, man. So you're good to go.
Yeah, art tells a story. It portrays a mood, and you can do a lot of things with art. It's just that, part of the problem with art is getting the Web 2 people onto Web 3 and utilizing it in different ways. And this brings all that together in an easy way. The back end user doesn't have to know what's going on and what's powering it. And you can do so many things with blockchain technology. And I love that this is moving that direction. So,
yeah, definitely exciting.
Yeah. So I just want to say in closing, thanks again for having me on this. And also for all the support, over time. I'm continuing to build on this business plan. I'll make mistakes along the way, fix them, but overall, move forward. And I think together we can make the world a much better place and bring art into more people's lives because we all know we really need art right now. The world is in chaos. We've got wars going on in multiple places. We've got a lot of people, with a lot of hostility and animosity on social media because that's what social media has wrought. We have a political system that's in chaos. So I think art is an antidote for all of those things, and maybe we can create a kinder, gentler world with art. It doesn't have to be all about technology. It's got to be about the human experience. And I feel with Vitruvio, we are well on our way to doing that and bringing about the art renaissance that has been 400 years in the making. So I'm very, very excited. And I think together we'll do it. And I always like to quote this African proverb. If you want to go fast, go solo. But if you want to go far, go together. So that's what we're doing, going far together. So thank you.
Right on.
Well said. Well said. Yeah.
And
we appreciate you coming on, Nick. Yeah, we appreciate you coming on, Nick. Obviously, we're big supporters, always have been. We always will be. We'll always be here to support you. And if you need anything, man. So thanks for joining us. And, it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Let's do good things together. Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it here. Remember to hit us up on our socials, omnielites.net. And we have a link tree. Join our Discord, all that kind of stuff. You guys take care, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Later on, people.
Peace.
Later.